Hello traders, thanks for watching this video. Today we'll talk about the US dollar because it's very important for you to understand and know how to trade maybe the US dollar before and right after the US GDP. So please take a short moment to read the risk disclaimer. It is very important also for you to understand and know that you can join our VIP Telegram group for full services to get all our signals by accessing the link posted right below this video. Also, please guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you guys. So let's take a look here on the economic calendar, and you can see here that the US is to release its prelim GDP, gross domestic product, which is expected to increase by 6.5% versus 6.4% growth in the former reading period. Also, the US is to release its unemployment claims for the previous week. It is expected a further drop here. Also, the durable good orders, the specialists are expecting a 0.8% growth. Also, the core durable good orders could increase by 0.8%. below 1.9 growth in the former reading period. Also, an important economic indicator, pending home sales. This indicator is expected to increase by 0.6%, below 1.9% in the former reading period. So the US is to release high impact data today, and all these economic numbers and figures could bring and could shake the markets, could bring high volatility today. So that's why you have to be careful if you want to trade the US dollar pairs. Today you can see that we had a rebound here in the short term on the DXY. The price has found strong support on the weekly S1 89.64, on the 89.68 historical static support, and now it has jumped above the weekly pivot point, but it has failed to stabilize there above 90.03. It is still trapped below this downtrend line within this down channel. Okay, in the short term it has printed something like a falling wedge pattern, a potential reversal pattern, but as long as it stays right below the weekly pivot point, the bias will be bearish. Okay, so right now the US dollar depreciates again versus its rivals, and let's take a look only because the DXY drops right now. So let's start with the euro versus the US dollar, and here you can see that the price of the euro versus the US dollar has decreased after failing to stabilize right above the R1 resistance, weekly resistance, after failing to reach again this higher high 1.2266, and right now it has decreased, it has retested the weekly pivot point 1.2183. It has failed to retest the uptrend line, so the bias is still bullish as long as the price stays and it is traded right above this uptrend line, and maybe something like a temporary consolidation here, or false breakdowns again below the weekly pivot, a false breakdown below the uptrend line. Any bullish pattern here could maybe bring us a new long opportunity here. Also something like maybe a sideways movement, value breakout above the R1, a new higher high could really signal that the euro versus the US dollar will continue to increase. So the bias is bullish. Euro versus the US dollar could jump higher as long as the DXY will continue to drop. Okay, and let's take a look again on the economic calendar. So if the US data, the prelim GDP, will increase at least by 6.5, also if the unemployment claims will come in line with expectations, also if the pending home sales maybe will increase at least by 0.6, then maybe the DXY will maybe jump higher in the short term again. But I've told you that you should be careful because the bias is still bearish on the DXY, on the US dollar index, as long as the price is located right below the weekly pivot point. It has registered only a false breakout above it. It has closed this minor gap here, signaling that the the DXY, the US dollar index, could drop again. Okay, so as long as the DXY stays below this downtrend line, within this down channel body pattern, so the bias is still bearish on the DXY, the US dollar maintains a bearish bias. Okay, so only if the US data will come in better than expected today, maybe the DXY will maybe jump higher in the short term after maybe testing and retesting this broken downtrend line, the falling wedge resistance. Then it could maybe jump higher in the short term, signaling that the US dollar could take the lead again and could appreciate versus its rivals. And I believe that maybe some worse than expected US data today, reported by these economic indicators, could maybe force the DXY to drop again towards 89.68, again towards this 350% Fibonacci line. So right now it is trapped here within an ascending, minor ascending channel between the second warning line and the 350% Fibonacci line. So this potential minor up channel could be considered or could represent a continuation pattern. So potential maybe drop, valid breakdown here, valid breakdown below 89.68 could signal a further decline. So potential further decline here will signal that the US dollar will continue to depreciate. Okay, so let's talk also about the GBP versus the US dollar. The British pound has decreased a little in the short term after failing here to approach this former high. Also after its failure to stabilize above 1.4177, or after its false breakout here above the R1. So right now it's traded far below the medium line of the ascending pitchfork, but it has found support again on 1.4099, guys, on this inside the sliding parallel line. So as long as the price stays above 1.4099, the bias is bullish. The GBP versus the US dollar could increase again, and personally I believe that only something like this, maybe another retest of the weekly pivot point, drop and a valid breakdown here, a new lower low. If the price will drop and close and stabilize below 1.4091, then it could maybe develop a strong drop in the short term, and this scenario will take shape only if the DXY will jump higher, maybe if the US data will come in better than expected. Okay, US dollar versus the Japanese yen, very important. And as you already know, if you are a VIP member, we still have a pending order here on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, and if you want to get this signal, you can join our VIP Telegram group by accessing the link posted right below this video. So we still have a pending order here, and the price could reach it, so could reach our entry level. So let's take a look here, and as you can see, the price of the US dollar versus the Japanese yen has failed to stabilize right below this uptrend line, signaling that the bulls are still strong, the buyers are still strong in the short term. It has jumped above the weekly pivot point 108.99. Right now it could test and retest it, maybe it could test and retest it also the uptrend line, maybe before jumping higher. And if the DXY, if the US dollar index will increase, then this pair should jump higher in the short term. But still, you can see that the pair moves sideways here within a range, and personally I believe that a potential upside breakout, valid breakout from this range will really signal a strong and a large and a broader upside movement, and maybe a potential drop here again, and a downside breakout from this range could really signal a strong sell-off, a strong leg lower. Okay, so right now we have to wait for confirmations here. We still have a pending order here in the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, and if you want to still catch this trade, you can join our VIP Telegram group. And let's take a look also on the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. So still personally I'm waiting here for a confirmation if the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar will develop a bullish reversal here. So you can see that the price has taken out all these immediate and downtrend lines. Right now it's traded right below the R1 1.2131, and maybe something like a valid breakout, a new higher high could maybe bring us a bullish reversal here in the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. But once I'll have the confirmation, I will send you the signal on the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar into the VIP Telegram group. So we may have maybe a buying opportunity here again on the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar after this massive drop, massive sell-off. Okay, let's talk also about gold, guys. So the price of gold is still bullish despite its failure to approach and reach the upper medium line. It has dropped right below the R1 resistance, also below the psychological level 1900. Right now it has retested the R1. Let's see what will really happen, but as long as the price of gold is traded right below 1890.51 static support, former resistance, the bias is bullish and the price of gold could jump higher. So if the DXY, if the US dollar index will continue to drop, then the price of gold could jump higher towards this immediate high 1912.78 or towards R2, towards the upper medium line, guys. Okay, so you have to be careful today around the US data release, because the volatility will be high. We could have sharp movements, false breakouts, false breakdowns, or maybe invalidations. So I will be back with maybe 1 or 2 signals maybe later today around the US data release into the VIP Telegram group. Thank you guys for watching this video, and it is very important, if you want to join our VIP Telegram group for full services to get our signals, all our signals, you can join this VIP Telegram group by accessing the link Learn to Trade Go Premium. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, it is very important. You can comment, you can share our videos, you can like our videos if you like our services, our analyses, our tutorials, market analysis, webinars. You can visit our website also. You can, please guys, follow us also on Instagram to maybe get free VIP signals. Okay, thank you guys, see you tomorrow, bye bye.